In today's video, I'm simply going to build a kit which I recently found on AliExpress. This is the package as it arrived from AliExpress. It's called a 12 volt DIY ultrasonic levitation kit, floating standing wave something control. Let's have a look at this on AliExpress's website really quick. And as we can see, it's extremely inexpensive. It actually costs £2.20 plus tax. We can see that it's got basically 2 ultrasonic transducers. It comes with an instruction book and a soldering video apparently, and there's the kit of parts. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we have. Okay, so here we go. This is the first time I've actually opened this, so I'm just as interested to find out what's inside. Okay, so we've got a bag in a bag, anti-static bag. And another bag inside the bag. Okay, we've got some instructions. Yep, I'll have a look at the instructions in a moment. And actually inside the kit we've got some very small polystyrene balls. These are obviously the levitation balls. We've got 3 PCBs, 2 ultrasonic transducers, a power jack, header, various standoffs. Okay, we've got one chip that's just floating around loose in there. So they're basically all of the screws, etc. The bag must be open because I've got a polystyrene ball that's on the outside of the bag. Okay, so let me see if I can see. So the cap is a 25 volt 10 microfarad. This guy is, let me get a magnifier out. So it looks like that is an ISF 104W. No, it's a 15F 104W by the looks. Made by STC, possibly. Probably not. Here we have an EG 4427 512 resistors, 103 resistor. They are caps, unknown, and a couple of surface mount LEDs. So according to the component list, we've got a red LED, a green LED, we've got 3 5.1k resistors, 4.1 microfarad capacitors, 1 10k resistor, and then U2 is a TPS 70933. Now I'm not seeing that marking on the devices they've provided. I've got a 4427 which is marked on the schematic as a TC4427, and the other one on the schematic is marked as a TPS 70933, and what I have is marked as a, well, it's 15F104W or HASK77, but we will put the kit together and see what happens. Other than that, the instructions contain a circuit diagram and some power supply instructions and some basic operating and construction instructions. So on this occasion I'm actually going to follow the instructions and we'll see how it works out. So this is saying to start by installing the resistors first, the resistors, the capacitors, and then the LEDs. So we'll go ahead and we'll have a go at doing those. So as always, to start with, I'm going to put a little bit of flux on the board. So I'm going to do the resistors first. So there's R1, R4, R3, and R2. Let's get some tweezers. Tweezers. Okay, so R1 is a 512, which I believe is these. So we need 3 of those. Put a little bit of solder on the pads. So that's R1, R3 is the next one, which is here, and R4. Okay, next up is R2, which is a 10K, 103. So R2. R3. Okay, that's the resistors. So next we have the capacitors. So there's 4 surface mount capacitors. They have actually provided 5. So far I've had 1 extra of each component, which is kind of handy because obviously these guys are very easy to lose. So it's 40 Good. Right, still paths. So we've got C, C2, C4, C5. And C1 here. Okay. Start with C5. It's kind of in the right spot. C2. C4. And the last one was where C4 again. Okay. So then next we've got the LEDs. Now for the LEDs, it's actually saying that the obviously the negative end of the LED is marked as green. That's good. And the end corresponding to the thick horizontal line on the circuit board is the negative terminal, and the positive and negative terminal should not be reversed. Yes, well, okay. So that's where the LEDs are here. It's saying that the end corresponding to the thick horizontal line on the circuit board is the negative terminal. So we're on continuity mode. So we go to positive. So that's going to that side of that resistor. Okay, so that is directly going to the power. So this must be a power LED. So I would say that both of the bottom sides are ground, as we're looking at it right now. So let's get some flux and some solder on the pads. The LEDs. So I don't think I'm really worried about which colour is which, to be honest. Can't really identify which was the red one and which is the green one. So the green end is negative. Like that, hopefully. Okay, let's just have a look. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so the next thing it's saying to do is number 4 is the voltage regulator chip. It's now actually given me a different part number here, so it's saying it's a TPS 70950. Do I have a chip missing here? Hang on a moment. Right, okay. Right, that's why I'm confused. I've got another chip. I thought there's only 2. Okay, so that's the regulator. That's better. That's the voltage regulator, which I'm doing next. The 4427 is the power chip, and the microcontroller is the STC15F. Okay, good. Right. So let's get the voltage regulator in, which is U2, which is this guy in here, right in the middle. Yep, that's good. Okay. So the next one is the power driver chip, which is the 4427, which is this guy. So pin 1, this is U3. So pin 1 is going up. So we're aiming to put it in that way around. Let's get some solder on the pads. It's not totally straight, but I'm okay with that. Okay, then the last I see is the microcontroller, which is U1. This guy. Okay, happy with that. Next up is the electrolytic cap. Right, next is the header. So the header has got to stick outwards. I would have done that first myself. Now I haven't got anything to sit it on. Make it awkward. It's good. And then next up it says the connector, power connector, which goes in there. That'll do. Right, let's just trim those legs off. And then the last two are the ultrasonics, which have got to go onto the other PCB. So if we come here, so we've done the power connector, then we've got to do the two ultrasonics. It can be installed without distinguishing between the positive and the negative. So the PCBs are marked. So at this point I'm just going to clean the flux off. So it's not sticky and horrible. Just a bit of IPA and an old toothbrush. Let's just trim the legs off there. Okay, that should do. Right, let's just zoom back out a little bit. So the next thing is to start the assembly. The first step of the assembly process . So we can go ahead and start putting the layers together. Now the instructions are telling me that I need to use 2 of these posts going vertically this way, and that's the first position, so it's with this smallest guy on the bottom here, so that'd be the first one, and the second one is going here, and then the other 2 holes, let's just check that, yeah, I think that's correct. The 2 holes we're going to use a screw . Like that. Now I will have to do those 2 up because I can't get to those once it's put together. Right, now, so then it's trying to tell me that I need to so it's saying that the one marked with a T should go into that position. And then that could be a mistake. That could be that we're using the other 2 short studs first. Then the longer ones. Not that that really makes any difference. And we're going to put that guy on there, presumably with the T in the same place. Like that. So that should be the finished unit. So the instructions are saying that I can power this either from 9 or 12 volt power source. I have a 12 volt power source right here. So let's plug that in. Okay, so the actual, both the LEDs are actually red. So it didn't matter which one was which is good. They're both illuminated. Both LEDs are illuminated. One is a little bit brighter than the other one. I think one is power and one is probably saying that there's some kind of output. So let's try and get one of the polystyrene beads. And see if it will levitate. It's definitely working because it's throwing it out. There, got it. So there it is, it's suspended up. So there it is. Just can't really get a very good focus on it with this camera. I've put my cup behind it so you can actually see it, but hopefully you can see that that is being levitated, which is pretty good. Squeezes through the top. bottom. Just try and tip this over. Just about see it there. Let's zoom in on that. Try and gently tip it over. Yeah. Very gently. Oh, I think you can just about see it in there, guys. Yeah. So there it was. So there we have a little bit of fun for £2. It's quite an easy kit to build, really, and yeah, it just kind of works. So hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you next time.